I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm
Pacers were going to make the playoffs. It didn't end so well for you, brother.
If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool.
You fell asleep at the trade deadline when we had a trade to get Kyle Lowry out of here.
They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. I'm sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me, keep on running. Toes they gonna take them.
This is what we got to tell.
I've been fan doing this.
I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Applied myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I'm paying the cost. I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. I'm excited about today's episode. We got to talk about those Monday Night Football games, Tomo. You know, two games. You know, we had one game. The chat was involved from start to finish. You know, so we're going to dive into that. And after today's episode, we got a members only video we're going to talk about later. But Davey Dollar is not here with us, as you can see. But it's myself and Tomo. What's good, Tomo? How you doing?
Man, is it me or did that Monday night game feel like it was like going on for almost 10 hours? Like, I know for Browns and Steelers fans, it definitely did. But just for outside viewers, like, come on, man. Like, hurry up.
You know, they say times fly when you're having fun, right? So what happens when you're not having fun?
Look, man, they needed Dave to go in the locker room, man, to tell them this, man, at halftime.
Turn me up.
'Cause, man, that was a snooze fest.
Man, I had to walk off for a second, you know. I had to catch up today.
I will say this, man. If you're not in the chats, man, they make games like that a little bit easier to watch. I tell you that, because you definitely would have cut on a movie. Man.
Hey, for real. I'm like, we got that, man. I need y'all involved. Y'all not involved, man. Change the channel. Come on.
Exactly, man. But how you?
But yeah, we got a good show. So I'm good, man. I'm excited about today's show. You know, going to talk about these games, get out of here, and I can't wait for that members only video. I'm looking forward to that. So, but look, y'all, we're gonna get to that. But before we get started, make sure y'all like this video on 3 different platforms. We are streaming this on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. So make sure y'all like it on all 3 platforms. Share the video on all 3 platforms. Follow and subscribe if you have not yet on all 3 platforms. Right now, we're sitting at 909 subscribers on YouTube. We are 51 away. Sorry, I said 50. I'm thinking about a minute. 91 away from 1,000 subscribers. All right. And also use the comment section. We can see all the comments y'all will be putting out throughout the show. Y'all know the show is not the same without the comments. So make sure y'all like those comments up. And last but not least, enjoy the rest of the show. Tomo, floor is yours.
Man, I wish we was kind of like 901, but no, that's the 504 boys if I'm thinking about New Orleans, because we got to talk about the Panthers and the Saints. That was another game that was kind of like a snooze fest too, man. I don't know, man. The NFL, man, I know they were trying to get more money with these extra weeks and how they trying to cram in all these TV deals and, you know, money begets more money. But the product sometimes, man, it's become watered down. Like the Thursday night game, still trash. They thought it was going to be something. That trash. What I would say is this Monday night game, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the jet lag. Maybe it's the food. But the players are not adapting to the quick turnaround the way they used to. And technically, a Monday is actually an extra day for these players. They're not even treating it like that. They're just coming out and being basuda. Or maybe it's the fact that the NFL thought offense was going to reign supreme. Defenses are starting to take over. Feeling like the early 90s again.
Mm-hmm.
So, Joe, it is really if you're in the NFC East, it definitely feels like the early 90s at the rate these teams keep winning, man. Oof. Woo. Well, if that's the case, then as a Cowboy fan, never mind. Let's talk about this. Hey, we was there. I feel bad for the Eagles, but we was there.
They existed right then? I'm just like, go ahead.
They was, I think so.
I know they were, but the record, I don't remember any success.
The only thing they did was win regular season games. They were the Cowboys in the 90s. They were the Cowboys then.
I got
you. Hey, see, but Joe, Saints, Panthers, Derek Carr down there. That was your boy. That was your boy. Recap. What you think, man?
So that game, I mean,
they ain't give us nothing to work with today, man.
Like one thing I could say is that Michael Thomas looked okay. Tomo, this man had 19 targets, 7 catches, 55 yards.
Bruh.
19 targets. Oh, tripping. That's long. I'm tripping. 9 targets. Okay, 9 targets. So I'm looking at something different. All right, 9 targets. Now, one thing I could say is this: he made some incredible catches. He caught a back shoulder catch before they got into the end zone that had to get reviewed. That was good. I thought Derek Carr missed a few throws. He wasn't great. I think the reason why they won that game is because Derek Carr is a veteran and Bryce Young isn't. That's why they won. Bryce Young, he is undersized. I know Kevo in the chat doesn't believe he will be great in the NFL. He thinks he's too small. See, the Panthers are not a good team. Let's start there. They're not a good team. Unlike, like Teddy said right here, they got Chris Olave and they got Michael Thomas and they got Jamal Williams running back. So they got weapons over there. I know they got Miles Sanders, but at the receiving core, they got Adam Thielen. And now, he's not really on Chris Olave's level or Michael Thomas. But he made some key throws on third down. I thought he looked good, Bryce Young, on third down. He just like any rookie, Tomo, on a bad team, he turned the ball over. I think he had like 2 fumbles. 1 fumble didn't count, but he had some fumbles on that stuff. And that's part of him being a young quarterback. So I think that as this is a good season for him to get the time in the NFL because obviously this ain't college. He got sacked one time when somebody ran from behind him, and he probably thought like, "Dang, no, he's gonna get it that fast." Because this is the NFL. So, but this game, I'm not gonna lie, it was not entertaining. I'm sorry, you're a Saints or a Panthers fan. The defense was kind of entertaining, I guess, but it was some bad quarterback play on this also. So, my recap is the NFC South is up for grabs once again. I picked the Falcons though. So far they undefeated like the Saints. So what you think?
Now it's funny because when we picked all of our NFC rankings, right, and we went back and we did an episode, you picked the Falcons, and I'm gonna speak for myself because Dave's not here. You picked the Falcons, and I was like, "What? Why would you pick them?" So you said the Falcons, basically, they got the young quarterback. The chemistry is there. They got almost everything there to kind of steal this division, right? You watch the Falcons game, it was way more entertaining than this.
Way more.
It's
a better team, though.
You watch this game, it's a divisional game. So most times divisional games, they're not going to be high scoring, kind of like what we alluded to in the opening of the show about how defenses are really back. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm really noticing now across the league. Everyone's keep talking about how quarterbacks are struggling and all the quarterbacks got paid. But again, these front sevens and secondaries, they like, nah, bro. Quarterbacks are getting paid, but we want to get paid too. Nick Bosa got a bag. TJ Watt got a bag. Michael Parsons may reset the bar. Like, it's out there.
May.
Hey, we never know. He is, though. He definitely is. So when we come back to just talking about this game itself, I agree with you. The only reason that Saints won this game is because Bryce Young is a rookie. Now, Derek Carr wasn't on that team, and that was Andy Dalton on the other side. They probably still would have – the Saints probably would have lost this game because of Bryce Young. The turnovers. The turnovers are going to happen with a young team. Adam Thielen. Remember Adam Thielen when he was in Minnesota? Mm-hmm. They told Diggs that Diggs was the number 2 to Thielen. Look what happened. Now he's in Carolina. Miles Sanders was just in the Super Bowl. Miles Sanders, I told y'all, I'm going to say one more thing. I drafted Miles Sanders and I told Kev personally, I said, if Miles Sanders don't do good this year, me and you are going to take a road trip to North Carolina and have a personal conversation with him. They got Deuce Staley as their running back coach, but yet he's not looking like that same Miles Sanders. Was it the Eagles' O-line? Starting to look like it, right? The most action that really happened from this game last night was the tunnel. was when Michael Thomas was talking trash to Brown. That's the most action from this game, honestly, because at first it was kind of like a blowout, then slowly the Panthers started coming back, and they showed you that this is why Bryce Young, that's why they drafted him. Sometimes height doesn't matter. Some people say size doesn't matter. That's for a different conversation, right? But in this one, they got hope. I got a high ceiling for this kid, man. They got the right coach there. They get the O-line there. This division again is up for grabs. You got Baker Mayfield and the Bucks playing good against some people would say decent teams. The Falcons, they're going to win this division. But for me, the Carolina Panthers, give them one more year, one more solid receiver. Hopefully they can fall in that draft range where they can get Marvin Harrison Jr. and that'll be the buildings, that'll be the cornerstone there on offense, and they can build from there. Speaking more about the Saints, Olave is who we thought he was, because that was a nice catch. That was a
tough catch.
That was a great that was a great throw from Derek Carr. That was great coverage. Everything about that play was great.
When he threw it, I was like, another bad throw, but it was on point. It was on point. He started heating up in the second half.
See, and he said it after the game though. Derek Carr was like, "I got to play better, and I'm going to play better," because he knows it too. Like, he's the best quarterback in this division. Like, Baker Mayfield is nice, but Derek Carr is the better quarterback in this division, and the defense is there for them to win it. I think Williams went down, so he may be out for a little while. That may hurt just a tad, but the Saints will be okay. Meanwhile, the Panthers may have the number 1 pick.
And he threw another good pass. I think it was Rashid on the right sideline. He threw a great pass right there on that play too. And the Saints are using Taysom Hill good, I thought. You know, like, they'll bring him in, they'll hand the ball off, they'll bring him in if the middle was wide open. Quarterback sneak right out the middle in the shotgun position. You know, they'll use him effectively. He actually iced the game. You know, he got that last first down to ice the game. So, you know, I feel like the Saints, you know, they just were the better team today. You know, but the Panthers front four, they were getting to Derek Carr. They were getting pressure on Derek Carr all night. And the Saints front four was getting pressure on, on Bryce Young. And Marshawn Lattimore, I saw a stat the other day, today, that in the first 2 games, he allowed less than 10 yards in both games. You know? So Marshawn Lattimore is strapping up. That's another guy Jefferson had cooked, by the way. But you know, Kevin wanted to discredit him. But it's all good. It's all good.
Marshawn Lattimore and Jair Alexander are those 2 cornerbacks who are known for strapping people up but don't get the respect because they don't have as much the afternoon games. They don't get that much limelight. And
then Jair be talking. So you would think he'd be getting all this.
I think he started doing that because he know that he be strapping some of these these receivers, and he's not getting his just due. So he's like, this is how I'm gonna get in the media. He threw the ball up, and I was like, oh, for me? Like, stuff like that.
It's funny because on the NFL Top 100, they were talking about somebody. And then, you know, they interviewed the players. He was like, I remember one time he said, it wasn't on me, though. I'm not going to allow that. You're not going to do that on me. I'm like, this dude over here is just straight like, confident and so. But that's what you need that in your cornerback.
Yeah.
You know, there are 2 underrated cornerbacks that don't get talked about. He was exactly right.
Yeah, and trust me, I know. Remember, we had a nice discussion. That was the real discussion that we had that day in the chat, man. When we were talking about Jair, I was like, all right, you right, but at the end of the day,
you right too.
We both right. It's very rare you get that in these chats nowadays. But speaking of these chats, because we told y'all, like, the comments, the chats help fuel the show as well, because we give y'all a lot of conversations that happen within the chats, right? And we talking about one of the best quarterbacks in the league, one of the best. And if you're in the NFL chat, we're not talking about Sam Howell right now.
You know what? Talk about let's talk about these shows first. You want to get a break between these 2 Monday night games, please. Let's get a break. All right.
Yeah, you're right. I was just trying to get them out the way. But let's go, man. Let's tell them about the shows that we got on this network.
All right, man. First one we got my man Teddy, BWT, Baseball with Teddy. All baseball content from Refuse to Lose goes through my man. Through BWT. So Teddy talks about everything. Talks about baseball. Talk about the majors, the minors. You got the playoffs coming up, so you know Teddy gonna be digging into these games in the playoffs because won't be no more Yankees talk. I'm sorry, because they're not making the playoffs. Anyways, but shout out to Teddy, man. If you are a diehard fan, a casual fan, or somebody who just want to learn about baseball, this is the right show for you. So tune into that. Next, we got CTC. Carl talking college. One of the hardest working guys we know, probably on the whole network. You know, like we had a meeting before this, and he was telling me what he be doing. I'm like, God, I need to step my game up. You know, so
motivation.
So he be working. He be recapping what 15 to 20 games every week. He be previewing 15 to 20 games every week. You know, so giving you betting odds for the games and all that stuff. So if you want to know about college sports, because college basketball is around the corner, you want to tune in to CTC. All right. And the last show we got is FFC. I know all these acronyms. What's going on, man? Listen, fantasy football with Coach Combs. This show is lit because he is lit. You know, he got the energy. Out of all of us, you think I got our energy and I be screaming and stuff? Go watch this show. All right. He got probably the most energy out of all of us in the whole network. Forget the network and the whole chat. All right. So tune into FFC. If you are a fantasy football player, Coach Coons is the person you want to go talk to. All right. And then Tomo, talk about those IG chats while we at it.
I mean, well, we alluded to the chats several times in that first segment, and we're going to talk about it a little bit more. They're on Instagram. You know, we call them IG chats for short, but you know, shout out to moms and dads out there on the Facebook, you know, the Facebook, because that's what they call it. So you can find these chats on the Instagram. We got the NBA/WNBA, and the WNBA playoffs is going down right now. The Misses is playing right now. They're going up against a juggernaut, so hopefully they can pull at least 1 or 2 games off. But, you know, it's looking like it's going to be New York versus Vegas, the Aces, the 2 super teams. I don't know why the WNBA, first of all, thought that was a wise idea to have super teams. But anyway, join the chats. We talk about it a little bit more there. We also talk about how Dame was on another show just wilding. We got the NFL chat. The NFL chat has been up all the way, I think, from training camp all the way up till kickoff of week 1. The NFL chat has been jumping. And ever since then, it's been a roller coaster ride. So if you really are a sports fan, make sure you tap into one of these chats. Also, we got MLB. We talking about Major League Baseball. We got baseball with Teddy. We got the playoffs coming up. So I know, Teddy, I know it's going to be rough, man. You can't talk about your Yankees, but you kind of got to give some other teams some props now, man, because he going to be sad at that. Oh, I shouldn't have said that because now they're going to use it. My bad, Teddy. Then we got college. I'm going to just say college sports, and then I'm going to give you the breakdown. We got college football, CTC, college basketball, both men's and women's. Again, CTC, the umbrella. That's a wide net. So, Carl, don't be like the Titanic, man. We trusting you for our college news, all right? Then we got the combat chat, but we call it boxing chat right now. And I think, Joe, I'm going to tell you offline, but I think we found some new admins for the boxing chat because I found the one chat where Ty just found himself. And I think it's that boxing chat, man. Also, it's a little bit of wrestling in there. You know, The Rock came back. They're trying to bring back all the greats. We still not going to tune in just yet, but we're going to watch for the reruns. You know what I'm saying? Them rerun clips is going up in that chat. Also, a little bit of UFC. So, again, you want to join these chats, click the link in the description and become a member. I'll tell you about that right after this next topic.
Let's get it. All right. Mom. Gotta recognize Mom. How you doing? All right. I know Dave not here. I know you probably, we're holding down for your son. We got him. All right, Tomo. Floyd Jones, man, go ahead. Do your thing.
Man, that's like, I don't. Do we have to do this? Like now, I sound like Porky the Pig. Do we really got to do this, man? We talking about one of the best quarter. I said before we got into our commercial break, we talking about one of the best quarterbacks in the chat. You know, top 5, top 2, and that 2, top 2 and that 2. Browns, Steelers. Someone said again, you top 2 and not 2. Some of us say what, son? You said he top 2. I mean, the jerseys is brown. But nah, bro, we don't agree with that one, man. We got to talk about who was the better quarterback last night, man. Was it Kenny Pickett or was it Deshaun Watson? I know you've been itching to say something about Deshaun Watson, but I'm going to start this one because first things first, I said it in the chat, but I'm going to say it on air. Russell Wilson and Joe, I'm sorry, okay? I said Deshaun Watson was going to have a better season than Russell Wilson because Russell Wilson is not mentally there. I'm sorry. Maybe I wasn't mentally there when I said that. You know, we all have our days. Because last night, I don't know who that was or where he was, or where his mind frame is when he's playing football now. I threw out there, and Joe, I'm glad you was there to back me up because I said maybe they should trade for D-Hop so that way he can feel like he back with the Texans because Watson had less talent in Houston and played 10 times better than when he's playing when he has more talent in Cleveland. Tay, you can clip me up, man. It is what it is, but I'm gonna say this. Maybe it's the fact that Watson just wasn't that good. And it was the fact that he was playing with lesser talent that he just looked better. Could that be it? Because there's nowhere in the world you have a defense that's getting to the quarterback, forcing turnovers. Meanwhile, first play, pick six. Wasn't his fault, but it was a pick six. Then you have 2 face mask penalties as a quarterback. Like it just didn't make any sense. Also, man, we want to have a moment for Nick Chubb because that hit was ugly. I'm glad ESPN didn't do a replay. I mean, you can go on YouTube and see it if you want to see something like that. But the fact that that's the same leg that he got injured on before, it was sad. That would have been that would have saved Deshaun. I think that would have been his saving grace. I mean, they seen that they did have a backup running back and forward, but even F-150s couldn't have saved Deshaun Watson after that. Like, that was a dumpster show. It was a dumpster show. And the only reason I say Kenny Pickett played better is because Deshaun Watson just looked that bad because Kenny didn't look good either. But Kenny's not a vet in this league, so you can give him 2 or 3 more games. Deshaun, $235 million. $235. Just give me 5, bro, and I can play better. And I can play better than that. And that's how many yards he had. And he got points for the other team. Couple fumbles here, like I said, man, look, Kenny played better. Joe, I'm gonna let you talk about this because I know you got way more you want to say. But to me, man, Deshaun, you letting a lot of people down, man.
Tomo, this was probably the worst quarterback performance of 2 players that have been hyped up all offseason. I know we talk about Deshaun a lot, but Kenny Pickett was also hyped. Don't forget about that. My brother, Javon, I love my brother. I want to see the Steelers do good just because I want to see my brother be excited about his team. Just like my brother, he wants, even though he goes on Mark all the time, and the Corey all the time in the chat, he wants the good for the Commanders because he loves me as his brother. And I was tuned in. I was locked in. I wanted to see Kenny Pickett. I'm like, you know what? He looked bad against the 49ers, but it's a 49ers time mode. Number 1 defense from last year. Although the Browns are a tough out. We saw what they did to Joe Burrow. But Kenny Pickett looked really timid. If I'm not, I don't think if I'm on that believes that. I mean, they were, I will say this. The offensive play calling was much better on the Cleveland side. I would say that. They were getting the ball out of Deshaun hands quick. They were doing a lot of like short routes, screens, little stuff to get Deshaun comfortable. But Deshaun was off on the first play. Carl said it's debatable. He's right. I went back and watched it. That was a bad pass. Like, because of the bad pass, they got tipped in the interception. If that was on the money, it wouldn't be an interception. I mean, he threw a couple of throws to Amari Cooper that were good, the back shoulder throws, but it was more Amari than him. You know, Amari making the catch, keeping his feet down. But outside of that, he was almost terrible, Tomo. He was almost terrible. You know, he was so inaccurate the whole game. And it was one play when he been like the best thing he can do right now is run the ball. It was one play he should have ran it and he threw it to the dirt. Like, he just threw it to the receiver's feet. What is he doing? But Kenny Pickett looked real timid because even though Matt Canada, we keep saying he's not a good play caller, he missed some throws himself. He threw a couple of throws behind. If it wasn't George Pickens catching the ball, he wouldn't have thrown a good pass. You know, and he threw one good pass to Austin. But outside of that, Kenny Pickett was also bad. And who played better? How can I say this, Tombo? Deshaun looked better and looked worse. He did. His best looked better than Kenny's best, but his worst looked worse than Kenny's worst. Kenny was just out there, bro. Like, he was literally just out there. He was a quarterback. That was it. I mean, you could have put Mr. Trubisky back there. He probably got the same result. It was probably like 2 throws that he made that looked like something other than Mitchell Trubisky. Because I think he looked very timid. So I'm hoping he looks like this because he went against 2 top-tier defenses in the first 2 weeks of the game. So hopefully, I'm not sure what they play next week, but hopefully next week he looks better, but he looked bad. The 2 defenses, they look good. I'm not gonna lie. The Browns defense are legit. They legit. I know Tay been singing their praises all year. I gotta give them props for that. They legit. Steelers defense, they legit. They got some injuries, but they I feel like Stefanski called up a good game against them. Deshaun Watson couldn't accomplish the game plan. If Deshaun Watson and Tomo, he was so bad yesterday. I had to go on YouTube and look up the Texas 2020 highlights. I'm like, yo, how did he look? I forgot how did he look as a Texan because he looked so bad. And I'm watching the time, I'm like, dude, he's looking. It was nice. And I'm like, bro, what happened? You know what I'm talking about? You ain't no Deshaun Watson. You a Deshaun Watson wannabe.
Beat it. Get out of here.
Oh, be gone. Wannabe? Be gone. That's what he looked like. Space Jam took all his powers. I don't know what's going on. So, Cleveland, I know you was hoping to get Houston Texans. Houston Deshaun Watson. But nah, you ain't got that right now, man. I don't know what you got. You got Deshaun Watson from the Cabaret or something. That's what you got. Not the one from you got Deshaun Watson from the auto shop. So hopefully he can get back to that person. But Tomo, he's far from that. There's no way on the snap of a finger he's gonna go look like the highlights I saw earlier today. It's no way. No way.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what made me have to ask and be like, was the talent in Houston just that bad that he looked that good? Because now it's supposed to be like, okay, the bar, you set the bar here in Houston, and everybody was kind of like here. It was him and D-Hop. Let me not disrespect D-Hop, right? And then now you go somewhere where the team kind of is like meeting you at your level or just a little bit better, and you're kind of like sinking in your seat. And it's like, how you doing that? Because they got the Titans next, and then they got the Ravens after that.
Oh, yeah, Titans. The Titans play people hard, bro. And they got a Ravens. Oh my god!
This game, if Deshaun Watson stays on track and keeps playing this bad, I promise you, Dak can throw 5 interceptions. Well, he a Cowboy. Never mind. Let me not even throw that out there. I'm saying Dak can throw 5 interceptions, and the NFL will probably still be like, "Hey, Amari Cooper, we got a bag of chips, man. We don't care what you're going to do. We got to free him." Because to me, Myles Garrett don't deserve this. Denzel Ward don't deserve this. The Steelers defense, Highsmith, Watt, they made their money last night. Everything, forced fumbles, had your man out here. Like I said, you will never, ever, I don't know when this will happen. Maybe my son, maybe my daughter, maybe your sons and daughters may see it in their lifetime. I don't think we ever going to see this again in our lifetime where a quarterback get 2 face mask calls. Throw the ball away. Throw the ball away.
Man, Tay's not a believer of Deshaun Watson right now. The downside. You know what, Tay? Just for you, against the Titans, because we know what's going to happen. You're going to have another bad highlight tape. I'm going to clip up a low light tape for you. All the missed throws he have. All right? And it's just so you can see it. This is I'm not going to put it on the show. I'll throw in the chat because I don't want to discredit his name. I might just put it on the show. I might just do that. But anyways, it's just bad, Tomo. He looks horrible.
See, the downfall for Deshaun is more so because you can go back to 2020 and see him playing better. Because I was going to say, if he's playing at the bottom now, then there's no place to go but up from here. But it's going to get cold in Cleveland. You know what? I know what it is, Joe. I know what it is.
What?
All right, parents, cover your kids' ears. It ain't no strip clubs in Cleveland, man. There's no entertainment there. So he bored. And the boy can't get his mind off losing. That's what it is. He need a break. And in Cleveland, once you start losing, you can only go outside and see more of people talking about how you losing. You can't get away from it. There's no distraction to reset itself. That's probably it.
Next time you watch the Deshaun Watson highlights tape, make sure he don't got a blue uniform on. Make sure it's an orange uniform. Right? I need all of y'all that's listening. Go watch the Deshaun Watson 2020 highlights. That dude is. He's not how he like now. He's still moving, trying to scream out the pocket, make some out of nothing. That's how he was, but he was throwing darts. And now I'm looking, his dude is so inaccurate. It's not even about him making bad decisions. he just not throwing in the ball in the right spot.
He was like, I love this. It's like I'm charging up off here. I'm about to. It's like we down Goku. He more like Vegeta.
He need to
Not
go
even
back to the
Vegeta. He like
hyperbolic
Krillin.
thinking, man. Send that man to Planet Namek or something. Send that man to the send that man with Master Roshi. That's where he need to go. He needs some training, bro.
Yeah. That's what it is. And Vaughn said Watson got to settle in. I mean, what more settle in do we need? He came in at the end of last season. He had a full training camp, like entire training camp. Actually, we didn't even talk about too many other teams' training camp, but some of their footage leaked too, and he didn't look good. Remember, everybody said, "Oh no, they just saying that. They just throwing that out there to throw y'all off." It's the same stuff, and you can see it in the receiver's face. Amari Cooper looked like he don't want to play football no more. I ain't seen that since Oakland.
Yeah, he looked sad, man. And remember the Eagles camp came out and said something? He was like, Cap, remember that? It's proven to be real.
I'm about to go back and watch some of the because the Browns got a little series on YouTube. I'm gonna go back and watch some of that camp and see what they said about the Eagles too, because I think some of this stuff was Cap too. Hey, I guess they both was going up against each other. It was like, if we look bad and y'all look worse than us, hey, I'm just saying.
Let's get it, man. Hey, look, y'all. Obviously we got two people in the chat that loves these teams, Browns and Steelers. But 9 o'clock tonight, they're gonna be on the members only video. So we're gonna get into that. But Tomo, go ahead and tell them about the member only things you got going on.
Man, you definitely want to click the link in the description to become a member because we have 3 tiers. We have 3 tiers. We have the all-star level, the pro level, and the superstar level. For you to be a part of, so for you to check out these member only videos, you gotta be an all-star. But if you're like, you know what, I'm just here for support, I want to be a part of the chats. I want to be a part of a chat. I want to be a part of the live shows. I'm a YouTuber, so I'm gonna just stay here for the YouTube. We got something for you. Stay at the pro level for $2.99. You get loyalty badges next to your name and comments and live chats. You also get priority comments, and you can join one of the Instagram chats. So you can, stick your toe in the water. You be a part of one of the Instagram chats, and you can also be a part of all the comments for all of the shows on the network. So boom, if you want to coach or fix your fantasy team, $2.99 a month, and you just want to be in one of the chats, there you go. But if you're more of a sports, you like, my sports acumen is a little bit better than the rest. I want to be an all-star. So boom, you get the same perks from the pro level, but you also get the member-only videos. And the member-only videos is going up this year because, one, we got the interviews with everybody on the network. We also got the weekly Ravens Steelers cast, where they go back and forth. They talk about, they review, recap their games, and then they talk about previews for their next game. This week, we got he is though. He is yo.
Yeah, read out
right.
for the audio listeners.
All right, man. Look, yeah, because he got me. Normally I'm laser focused, but JMO, one of our members said, "Man, Deshaun Watson playing like he guilty."
No laugh out loud, no crying anymore.
Nothing. It's like when 50 Cent said, "Nah, he did that. Whatever he did it. He guilty." But that was funny. Oh yeah, all-star level, member only videos. We got the Steelers Ravens recap. We're starting to do it with more so primetime games. So if your team plays on primetime, we're trying to get a members only video of you and one of the fans from the chat. So there's a lot of NFC East people in the chat. So then one of those member only videos is gonna go up soon. I know it's gonna get ugly. We already did one with the Patriots and Eagles. We got Tay coming on for the Browns. So it's gonna be Browns, Steelers, Ravens. Oh man. This is going to be interesting. Very, very interesting. So with that, you also get to join multiple chats. So you're not just in one chat. You get to go to each chat, and you get the latest news and updates in those chats as well. It's not just one specific sports chat. We give latest news and updates for all that. And you get to request a topic or segment now. Oh, they turned up in the comments, man. You can leave that one. You can leave that one up there. I'm going to read it as soon as we get there. You get to request a topic or segment nominee. So again, topic is something we can talk about on the show, sports related. And you also get segment nominees. That's your done son. I think I got to bring your done son back next week. It's too much.
Yeah.
I might just have to wing one at this rate. Man.
Hey, I got nominee for you. He wore white yesterday.
I'm just saying, somebody sent me that, so I got to bring it back, man. Somebody got to bring it back. So you got your done son, not so average top 5, Dave's Doghouse. Those are segments, but if you want to do like my man Jerry said right here, man, you can become a superstar for $9.99. And Jerry is one of our superstar members, so you get a member shout out. So I'm gonna give you that early. Sorry, Say. He said already pay $9.99 a month to listen to you talk about nonsense, talking nonsense about Deshaun Watson being the second best quarterback. You should be paying us a credit for that blasphemy. So just like you get cash back rewards, Jerry won't refuse to lose cash back rewards, man. He like, look, when anybody start talking about Delulu, I want my money back, all right? But with the superstar level, you get the same perks from the all-star level and the pro level. And you get to join the R2L chat. You get to be a guest on the show. So if you are a Browns fan or a Giants fan, or maybe you're a Seahawks fan, we need somebody to go up against Dave, man. He's just been relaxing.
Thanks.
Or if you're a Chiefs, no Chiefs fan. We need a Chargers fan or something. We don't need nobody with too much success. We got Teddy at the right time. We got him at the right time. So
I can imagine.
Yeah. And you just want to be on the show and talk about your team? Boom, $9.99 a month. The door is there. The invite is there, I mean. And you also get awards and plaques to the top performance. So that's based upon the episode that you're on and the ratings that your show do. And you get the member shout outs. Like I said, shout out to Jerry. He put the comment up there about how he paid him $9.99. He kind of want his money back from you, Tay. And it had probably had something to do with that Madden glitch too, but Deshaun Watson, he had the Madden glitch. That's what it is. There we go. We're going to run with that one. So member shout outs. Shout out to you, Vaughn. Shout out to you, Coach. Shout out to you, Cardo, Teddy, myself, Dave, Joe, Donnell, Jerry again. Look, this ain't no Chargers fans, but hey, we gotta build this community up, man. We already got like 3 teams and 2 divisions already. No, 3 teams, 3 divisions. 3 divisions. So click the link in the description. Maybe you can offset some of these divisions, or maybe you're in a division that we don't even talk about. NFC South. Oh no, yes, Trent, he a Bucks fan.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a Bucks fan now. Yeah. And they 2-0.
We need AFC South. We don't get nobody from the AFC South.
They got them Eagles. Maybe get Trent on with them Eagles next week.
If they lose, it's gonna be very, very interesting. I'll take it away, Joe.
Yeah, Javon, you're right. We had bad quarterback play that game. That's always bad. Won't happen this year though. But let's do our last words, man. First off, appreciate you, Tomo. Appreciate you. We almost had 1,000 subscribers. I'm excited about that. Appreciate Davey Dollars. He's in the meeting right now. But Commanders, man, turn up. Everybody in the chat, almost probably 90%, said you gonna lose to the Broncos. What? The Broncos? And what happened? You down 21-3 in the chat. That's where I need to be in the chat. 21-3 in the chat. Everybody. Oh, I'm gonna change the channel. It ain't over yet. Oh, I know. I think it's over. Oh, they not the Commanders no more. They still them Redskins. All this stuff is spewing. And I was like, relax. I'm not even worried. Boom, touchdown. Boom, fumble. Boom, touchdown. Boom, pick. Boom, touchdown. Ghost. Everybody's talking about the Cowboys and Jets. I'm like, where happened? We gotta go. No, come back to the couch. We're gonna sit and watch this whole game. All right. So shout out to the Commanders, man. Keep doing your thing. You got the Bills next week. Devo. Let's get it. And my Sacramento Kings, man, we are so underrated after what we did last year. And we're gonna do some huge things this year. I can feel it. We're gonna be a top tier team this year, better than we were last year. Make a deep playoff run. Sasha, Mazzy. And then hashtag Swiper MVP season. Light the beam.
No, you had it ready, man. You had it ready.
Wow,
I don't think y'all underrated though, Joe. You saying I don't think people want y'all underrated after what y'all like how y'all set the bar with that Warrior series. So you gonna be on a lot of people's radar. You gonna get their best of them now. They're not gonna play with y'all. No more DeMarcus Cousins. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous, man. I hope y'all seeing what's going on. Actually, you need to post that in the chat when they keep talking about how Eric Bieniemy ain't turning your season on.
Thank you.
I hope y'all see what's going on out here. But for everybody, I kind of alluded to my last words earlier in the episode, and I wanted to say it yesterday because when we talked about the Cowboys offense and how it needs to score more points, I really think the league is now going back to defenses. That's just where it's at right now. Teams, if you can score over 30 points, that's a good game on both sides. But technically, they're becoming boring because at one, quarterback play ain't the same. Either you have a top 10 quarterback or they're struggling to get in the top 10 or they got to prove it. And if they're trying to prove it, then the game's not going to look as pretty as it's supposed to, i.e. that Broncos game where Sam Howell didn't look the best, but then he came back. But then you also have quarterbacks who made it to the Super Bowl and everyone's trying to figure out how you're going to fix it. So for me, like I said yesterday, is enjoy your wins while you have them. And if you're in the chat with nothing but football people and they just want to throw out random takes, be prepared to defend why your quarterback ain't playing so well, or just defend why they ain't played nobody yet. If the other team ain't played nobody yet. Because if we ain't played nobody and you ain't played nobody, then who's playing somebody?
Nobody.
But that's it. That's all I got
Let's
for
get
you.
it.
Members
go.
only. Make sure y'all come back. All-Star and above.
Members only, 9 p.m. Carl Ravens, Javon Steelers, Tay Browns, ALC North panel. Y'all don't want to miss this. Exclusive.
Let him cook.
9 p.m. All-Star and above, like Tomo said.
Peace.
Let's go. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button, no matter what you're listening to or watching it. Hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.